we're moving our little Herefords outside. It's all experimental for us. It, you know, to see how they fare really. They're about 8 or 9 months, well, 9 months old. And this is what the cover crop we put on with sprayer in the standing crop of barley. And to be fair, it's done okay, but it would have done better if I'd been roundupping, because there was a lot of chickweed and stuff in the bottom of the crop, which it could have been, you know, it competed with this before it got established. But yeah, there's a load of canopy with it. It's but it hasn't fared very well where there's been a lot of residue barley, where there's about a lot of last year's barley. But yeah, we've given them a bit of shelter with some odd bales we've got off a mate of mine, a straw dealer. And we put some of this sawdust down. I got off another pal of mine yesterday. And it's just based to their bed really. And strawed it up with some, bloody hell, they picked some good straw. I think we ought to have 2 more bales of straw in here, don't you? Good. Some good ones, yeah. 2 of them nice round ones. Yeah. Yeah, so you'll get them. We've put sprayer Bowser here for the water, and yeah, this sand, we used to have outdoor pigs on it. You've never seen nothing like it in a wet town. They're really crazy. Well, I'll show you some pictures actually. Oh, it was a nightmare. It busted man and machine, I'll tell you, when it was wet. You know, them real wet years we struggled to get to pig troughs, and with straw to keep them dry. So our jacktwick job, I'm frightened to work, but anybody working with them outdoor pigs in wet conditions, Christ almighty, it's heartbreaking. So, but yeah, this ice, that sand should withstand winter. But yeah, as I say, it's all experimental. I've got these ideas, there's nothing new about it, but old Kiwi lad, a Kiwi friend of mine, he says, yeah, get them bloody cattle outside. He says they'll do fine, like, you know, they're hardy. They, you know, they won't ail now, you know, they don't want to be in a stuffy building, they want to be outside. And they're going to pick on that, and when that runs out, and what we'll do, we'll just keep shifting lines so they get a bit of fresh every week. And give them a bit of silage as well, some hay, and just grow them on. Bullocks are off out to grass next year. And then the heifers, well, I've had a bit of a balls up with the paperwork, so I don't think they can go into breeding pattern, but so anyway, time will tell. No. Come on. Don't know whether it's helping or not, do you? I think it could be trained to run it. Just looking at the last field we drilled before the weather really broke, and well, I've come for various reasons. I've come to see if slugs are active, and I've come to see if I could put some residual chemical on, and how wet it is, to be honest, you know, to see if there's any water stood in one thing or another. Well, there's a little bit of water stood in like that low hole where Ollie nearly got stuck with corn drill. He sunk there and made a mess with dual wheels one thing or another. But the rest of it actually has handled the weather quite well. Slug activity, there is a little bit, but it is a little bit. We haven't even put a pellet on this year, and that's unbelievable, because I was talking to a lad the other day on similar acreage. He's on his second pallet. Anyway, I've monitored it, and everything's growing. Even the stuff just sat on top is growing. I mean, this is a horrendous seed bed, but our Ollie drilled it with combi, and then I told Phil, because I want about, I don't know what I was doing. I told Phil, do what you want. I mean, if you want to power it all in, power it all in. If you want to power a bits in, anyway, he's done half of this little field here. There's a 5 acre here. He'll have done 2.5 acre in here, and he'll have done similar in that field, which is a 10 acre. So, and I've got high hopes for it, to be honest. I got our Ollie to drill it at, Christ, was it about 230 kilo per hectare? So a hell of a seed rate, and well, it'll take its chance, but I'm quite surprised that it's growing nicely. So, but yeah, not real proud of our seed bed, but it is growing, so we'll see. I mean, weather will break that down and sort of deal with it through winter. But when we do put our residual chemical on, which is soil based, you cover the soil, and the weeds, the grass weeds and the broadleaf weeds grow through the chemical and get killed. You'd like to say you had a better seed bed than that for it to be effective. So, because what'll happen is them big clods will break open and expose seed which isn't coated in chemical, sort of thing, if you understand. But yeah, quite pleased with that, because I thought it'd be just a slug bank. See where there's a better seed bed. Well, for one, it's a lot deeper, and the slugs can't really get in to get at the seed. So I think by the time it gets to the surface, it'll put a fair root down, and it'll be fine. But that is great deep, which there. See, starting to germinate. And it's out of harm's way, you'd have thought. Look down here. Yeah, as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to come with a bag of 2 pellets, just do these heavy patches. I don't think it all needs doing, but so yeah. Trouble is, how weather is, it's that wet that it I suppose they're a lot more durable than they used to be, but they wash away. The rain washes them away. Christ, I might have got about 4 stone in each boot. We're on with these cast rollers, these drive rollers for this web. More I look at it, more it's worth spending a bit of money. We did quote a new web for it, but it was £2.5 and 5-month waiting list off the manufacturer, so that's no good. Anyway, I did quote another firm, and they could just do it just over £1,000, but with no paddles, no carrying paddles on. But the paddles were going to be very expensive, so I've decided we put two new drives on. We're putting a piece in the broken web and trying to make it do this time. And if the sugar beet's a success and the rest of it goes really well, because the machine, I was talking to the lad who I bought the machine off the other day, and it said there's 2 belts in there. 2 belts in there what clean it, and they're brand new. They're new a couple of seasons ago. So I mean, the rest of it and all the bearings and the rollers are fairly good, so I think it's worth spending £1,500 on whatever if I have to put paddles on it next year for next season, because we've got 13-14 acre. Well, a mate of mine stopped growing it, and he reckons that they're ringing him left, right and centre for it, and they're going to push them my way. What prices, I don't know. Has anybody got any prices for fodder beet at the moment? Because was it 40-45 last year, but fodder was in short supply. This year I would say there's a lot of grass, a lot of fodder beet, so it might be a bit, and a lot of maize, definitely a lot of maize. Everybody's yield on their maize is very good. So, but anybody heard any prices on fodder beet? I would like to say it's 35 at least, but we'll see. But yeah, these are quite clever, these cast strings. They've been made as one cast, and then they've been finished off with two fragile bits, and someone will be probably hitting them with a rubber hammer, breaking them in half, so they're easy to fit. Because I thought they came in a oneer, and I thought we'd have either had to take that gearbox off or take that bearing off and slide it right down, you know. But with them cracking in half, yeah, they're real easy to deal with, you know. 5-minute job putting a new drive on. And I got them off this firm who we've sort of, our rep left in Paul, a real good bloke was Paul. He's gone to Class, he works on one of Class counters now. But we got him off Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix, for are you wearing metal? Give him a shout. Yeah, good firm. Boss had seen, someone has seen video of when we bought this and we were after a web. Someone rang us up and advised us to go to them lot, because they'll be able to do stuff as good as cheap as possible and good quality gear. And then someone else rang me from the company to say, yeah, we can probably help you out just by seeing me video, which, you know, and then I got a shockwave price and all. I was expecting 250 quid a lump, how people charge for stuff nowadays, but yeah, 80 quid. I thought that was very reasonable. And then I've got a couple of joiners for me for web. I've got I begged a bloody hard web off a mate of mine who's in tatey business, what I'm going to cut down and shorten bars and make it fit for a piece in it. So yeah, jobs are good and it should be going by tea time. Overriding the engine in the future, or having a plug-in, or have a word with Frank, our hydraulic man, about where we could run this on the tractor. You know what I mean? Even got lights on it. You hear that? Because he needs a big BM Volvo loading shovel to load it now.
Nah, because they always have reference to Beet boys.
They always use the BMs, you know, the big sidearm. You know, the ones with the sidearms up down the side of the cab, what they used to climb through boom. Back in my day anyway.
Climb over the boom?
Yeah, like a bobcat getting through boom. Didn't they? I think they did in a BM Volvo.
I've always seen them when they're loading the proper gang.
Yeah, bloody door open in between boom.
Oh, and you walked out front of it?
Yeah. I think it'd be alright actually. I'm not counting my chickens before the bats because it might destroy itself first load, but I can't see why. We've been through it. Even gearboxes all had oil in, everything's greased. It's yeah, it's the business really. Yeah. Cattle have they had a rough day yesterday. It absolutely chucked it down here, and well, they seem to be very, very happy. They're eating a bit of beet, got a bit of hay, and they're picking among this stuff. In fact, they totally devoured it last night. Oh, I'm very wary of bloody electric fences. Yeah, they seem to be living the dream, these lot. And this stuff, it'll be brilliant for this land, won't it? Yeah, they're really tucking into fodder beet. I thought they'd devour the tops more than the beet, but they're actually just going for beet more. There were a day or two before they got on this stuff though. They were turning their nose up at it. They were eating nettles and volunteer barley, but they've really got into this now. They're wasting a lot. But we've decided there's going to be an left by the time we move them, because they're getting hay and fodder beet. So, and then we'll move it probably, I don't know, end of next week, and give them a fresh bit, a metre or two. Right, Friday night. Not pub night for me, but pub night for him. He's all G'd up, he's all he's off to boozer. So right, if you like this channel, like and subscribe. Rufford Farm in East Yorkshire. Bye for now.